Alright, so Apprentince Monarchs are a good way to play Monarchs if you don't want to overly rely on your Monarchs to do everything for you, since the monsters that can be brought out with Apprentince Magician actually have some... Actually, I think only Old Vindictive Magician. They're the only one who can actually control your opponent's field. And Breaker's in here. There's only one in here just because his ability to destroy spell and trap cards is pretty nice, and you can actually refill its spell counters with Apprentince Magician. Like the name of this deck suggests, the entire deck revolves around this one card right here. When he's destroyed by battle, you can special summon a level 2 or lower spellcaster type monster from your deck in face down defense position. So, Old Vindictive Magician if you want to destroy a monster, Magical Undertaker if you want to reuse Magician, Magician of Faith if you want to use one of your... I play a lot of really good spell cards in here to reuse them, so I have double Dark Hole and Regeki. That way I have a better chance of actually reusing some of these cards with Magician of Faith, but I don't actually ever do that because I don't really use her very often. And then Crystal Seer, it's like a good... She's basically like a mini Pawn of Duality. Okay, that card's name was escaping me there for a second. So she's pretty good for going +1 off of her. Like if you know the monster's going to survive and you just need something to bring out and you don't really want to destroy one of their monsters, you can just bring out Crystal Seer, go +1. So you have lots of options with Apprentince Magician. Plus, there's some other spellcasters. Really just Gravekeeper Spy, because he can survive and bring out another copy of himself. I already explained what Breaker's in here. Monarchs are pretty self-explanatory. I'm only running 2 Rise because I like the Firestorm Monarch. That's a personal preference, but you're totally fine with just getting rid of this guy, running a 3rd Ryza. And 1 Kaias because there's lots of dark types in here. And... actually, no, I went way more into trying to explain this deck at the beginning. I try to keep these beginning parts of this video under a minute if possible. Less than 30 seconds is ideal, but this one's going to be kind of long. So, also, lose a turn. This card right here is like a godsend for Monarch decks. Since Monarchs don't really care about the monsters they special summon that often, and their meat of their effects come from the normal summons, so lose a turn's like really good for Monarch decks, and Apprentince Magicians can actually play a backfield, which is kind of what I like about this. It's still sad to say not as consistent as Frog Monarchs. Frog Monarchs is still way better than this, but this is a fun alternative.